Hello, everybody. Welcome to News Effect for the week ending Sunday, April 9th, 2017. This is a Flicker Effect podcast where each week we talk about the latest news from the world of film, television, and pop culture. I'm David Lott. Joining me as always are, not Bobby Jackson, actually he's not here, but Jascha Wilson and Michelle Curry are here. How's it going, guys?
Hey.
Yeah, I'm so used to saying Bobby's name that I almost did it out of habit, but he is actually taking the week off. He's not here this week. And yeah, normally he would, he kind of runs the show here for News Effect. He does a little countdown of the top 5 news items of the week. We're not going to do a top 5 this week since he's not here. We're just going to kind of wing the news this week. But yeah, how's it going, guys? Good morning.
It's going.
We're recording earlier than normal on a Sunday.
That's right. Hey.
Very early for Jascha. So
yes,
what happened this week? Have you guys seen this? The first thing that pops up into my head, and I'm bringing up right now, this news about Carrie Fisher in Star Wars Episode 9. Seen that?
No.
I was looking at it.
What's that?
I was looking at that when we were talking about it, as this Carrie Fisher will appear in Star Wars.
I haven't read a lot of this news, but I've seen a lot of the headlines, and I've got one of the articles in front of me right now. But it appears that I've seen some headlines saying that basically the Carrie Fisher estate has given permission for her likeness to be used in Episode 9. And for those not keeping his track as well as others, the next film is Episode 8. So we're talking about the last in this new trilogy. And it's my understanding she pretty much had filmed all of her scenes for Episode 8. So yeah, I'm sure we're going to see her in Episode 8. I remember right after she died, there was some talk like, oh, are they going to pull basically an act like they did with Grand Moff Tarkin and end up having to, do CG shots of her? And Disney was pretty quick to come out and go, no, we're not going to do that to Carrie Fisher. We're not going to, anytime soon anyway. We're not going to basically do what we did in Rogue One and where we made a digital version of Carrie Fisher just because she needed to look at the age she did back when New Hope came out.
Right.
But Disney was pretty quick to dismiss any plans to make a CG Carrie Fisher for these movies. But it sounds like for Episode 9, they're going to be using existing footage of the actress. So it does sound like it's going to be a bit of a CG workup, basically using footage of her from other stuff and creating her in scenes is what I'm gathering. And like I said, I could be getting some of these details wrong, but that's what I get. Is that what you read, Jascha?
You know what? Admittedly, David, I didn't really read the article. I just read the headline.
Okay.
Because I haven't gotten that far into the article yet. I just touched on it. I was like, oh, cool. Okay. And that was it.
I don't know. I mean, I guess when I first saw this, part of me was like, oh, well, I guess she's going to be in Episode 9. I mean, I haven't seen Episode 8 yet. And not to say I thought they were going to kill her off. It's not like... But there's still part of me that's like, I don't know. I guess I didn't need to know that she was going to be in Episode 9 yet. Like, I feel like it's not a spoiler, but I don't know.
Like it is and it's not.
Yeah.
In a way, because it's pretty far in the future. I mean, timeline. Well, not far. I shouldn't say that. It's just that she's obviously aged, where she was in the last one. And I don't know. Yeah, it kind of is.
I'll read one paragraph from a Slash Film article about it. I've got quotes. The latest update on how the Star Wars saga will handle the passing of Carrie Fisher's comes from the actress's brother, Todd Fisher. He spoke with the New York Daily News recently and revealed that he and Carrie Fisher's daughter, Billie Lourd, who also has a small supporting role in the new Star Wars movies, granted Disney and Lucasfilm permission to use existing footage that was shot for The Last Jedi as well as The Force Awakens in order to allow General Leia to appear in Star Wars Episode 9. So, basically what I said, I guess.
Yeah, I'm reading the article as I got through it. It says she's as much a part of it as anything, and I think her presence now is even more powerful than it was like Obi-Wan. When the saber cuts him down, becomes more powerful. I feel like that's what happened with Carrie. I think the legacy should continue. So yeah, it just sounds like they just really want to have her in the film. I wonder if her character plays that much of a important role, or if they're just more into having her part of the Star Wars franchise continue.
I mean, I bring it up because my reaction when I first saw the news was kind of mixed. I mean, I get it that okay, we're not just going to do the stereotypical, okay, well, she's dead now, so we'll kill her off in the movies. But at the same time, I mean, I guess I fear that it's going to be jarring when I see it. Like, yeah, it's going to be actual footage, but still, you're going to have to manipulate it in some way. So I'm going to hate if I see a Carrie Fisher in these movies where it's going to be like, it doesn't look quite right. It's going to look weird. It's just just taking me out of the film, kind of thing. Because at least in Rogue One, and I know we already disagreed with the ending of Rogue One. I'm looking at you, Michelle. But, that was quick. That was like basically, and she looked very different. This is her trying to make her look young. And it was just a very fast scene. If she's got like a lot of dialogue in, episode 9, right. I don't know. Part of me is scared. It's going to be like, do you really have to? I mean, it's cool that we're honoring her by keeping her in these movies, but I guess there's a part of me that doesn't really care for the news.
Well, I'm actually with you on that one, David. Like, I think, if she's in episode 8 and she's done her role, like, yeah, well, don't cut her out if she's in the movie. But you don't need to, like, continually use her if it's just going to make everything awkward in the next film. Like, there's a thing you can do. You can write around the character, and just kind of, like, talk about her or, use a couple of lines saying, Leia, Princess Leia, or whatever, instructed this, or General Leia, whatever her title is, said X, Y, and Z, and problem solved. I feel like you don't have to continually use her face. And I'm with you. It's like I don't necessarily need to see or want to see this, CGI rendition of her over and over and over again used in episode 9.
Right. Well, looks like we're going to get her. What else is going on?
Was the It trailer just this past week, or was that the week before?
That was the week before. Yeah, we talked about it a little bit last week. And yeah, you weren't here, so you didn't get it. If you want to share your piece on the It trailer, we basically brought it up talking about the fact that it had so many apparent views. I use the word apparent on purpose since I'm still somewhat skeptical of this. But, it apparently had so many views, more than really any other trailer ever. Like, it broke a record for views that week. Like, I find mind blowing.
Yeah.
But yeah, what did you think of it?
Yeah, you were really interested you were excited to hear this trailer was coming out.
I am, and I'm even more excited now to see the film. It is going to be really hard for that kid to take over Tim Curry as the role of Pennywise, because Tim Curry, in my eyes, when I watched it when I was a kid, and I've watched the movie again since as an adult, he was terrifying. Like, he was the quintessential clown and horror clown. Like, it was really, really freaky. So he's got a lot of writing on this, and he's got some big shoes to fill. No pun intended with the whole clown thing, but I'm totally interested in seeing this. It looks like they kind of stayed really true to the story. I haven't read the book in years. I'm thinking about trying to find the time to maybe going back and reading it again, because I know that there are parts in that trailer that I remember from the book, and I'm just like, wow, it looks like they're going to really try to stay true to the story. So I'm interested. I'm still kind of skeptical on how the clown looks, because I think the original looks a little bit closer to what not Jim Carrey, excuse me, I was reading another article, Stephen King described in the book. But hey, man, if it's just a subtle change and it looks really good and he does a really good job, like, we just need to see more talking. We need to see him really go after it. And it's this exaggerated, horrifying killer clown thing. Like, I'm really into it. I want to see, not into the killer clown thing, but I want to see how he does this role, because it looks good. Looks good to me. I'm interested. Nice. Anybody else?
Yeah, I mean, basically what I said last week was that I'm interested, but I'm not as interested as I think some people. I don't know. Like, I wasn't like a diehard fan of the original. It's just been so long since I've seen it. I remember liking it, but this is one of those movies that it's a remake that I'm like, sure, I'll definitely go see it. But I didn't watch the trailer and look at it as a horror movie that it was doing anything new that really interested me. So that was basically my takeaway.
No, okay.
Michelle, any quick thoughts? I know you shared your thoughts last week.
No, I mean, I'm curious to see it. I've seen the original like once, and it was so long ago, and it scared the crap out of me because I was young. And this, it looks like it's just going to bother me for a long time too.
Oh, just clowns or?
I have a thing for clowns, and I have a thing about clowns. Like,
Right.
So it's it's going to bother me.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
So yeah,
But
it's gonna bother you.
You know what else? You know what else doesn't bother me though?
What else doesn't bother you?
Zombies don't bother me.
How's this segue working?
This segue is that iZombie started season 3 this week.
Oh,
Okay.
I was super excited. I know that I'm like the weird one, but I like iZombie. It's a fun
why are you saying you're the weird one? You're not. You like iZombie.
because
You're not the
I'm
weird
not the
one.
weird one now because Jascha has joined me in this festival of fun, and
Oh yeah, I'm all in.
he's eating the cake and drinking the Kool-Aid with me now.
I have drunk the Kool-Aid and I am just like I'm like, can we have seconds, please? Fill the cup up again. Let's do this.
Yeah, it's a fun show. It's completely,
It
it's
is.
just, it's fun. It's so not based on levels of reality, but it's a lot of fun. And so, yeah, season 3 started up this week and it picks up exactly where it left off, like literally beat for beat where it left off in season 2, the last episode. And it was great. It was just fun to kind of see the team back together because it's been such a long break. And I was just like, oh my God, this is so good. And yeah, this next season, like, they, at the end of an episode, they do clips for like what next week is. And they showed clips of what's happening throughout the season. I'm like, God, this looks so good. I'm so excited to have my like little guilty pleasure back. And it just makes my day. So that's my like weird thing. Oh, I have other weird things too. But.
It's such a silly, fun show. I really am surprised. And when I tell people that, like, you know what you need to watch? You need to watch this show, iZombie, and they just look at me like I'm half retarded, and I'm just like, it's funny, it's silly, it's easy, it's just it's an easy, fun watch. Like
Yeah.
it's great. Like I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do in the rest of the season. I love it's just I just think it's a fun show. Like it's just silly and it's fun, and I dig it.
Well, now you're stuck with the rest of us. You have to wait each week now for an episode.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Like that kind of blows.
Welcome to the rest of the world. Welcome to the rest of the iZombie
Yeah,
fan club because it's frustrating as hell some weeks because it'll leave on a cliffhanger and you're like, son of a, really? No. Yeah. So.
Cool. I have nothing against iZombie. I just never seen it. I would totally watch it.
You need to watch
but
it,
It's
David.
fun.
I need to watch a lot of things, so
There's
iZombie is not way up there on the
I was
list.
going to say, you have a lot of things you need to start watching. Hmm.
So, just throwing it out there. I have nothing against iZombie.
No.
It looks like an entertaining show.
It's entertaining.
But can we talk about like the major news here now? I mean, Sharknado 5 is coming out on August
Oh my God.
6th.
Yeah.
Okay.
My life is
like-
complete now.
I was gonna say as I'm
Let's just-
scrolling through news as we're recording this because like I said, Bobby's not here. We're kind of winging it this week. It was a slow news week.
No, it was.
There's really not much happening. I was actually going to bring up the fact, and I find this kind of entertaining, and I always screw his last name up, so please forgive me. But Joe Manganiello, am I saying that right?
Manganiello.
Yeah.
I've
Manganiello.
heard it. I've heard it. I feel like I've heard it pronounced 2 or 3 different ways. So.
So I guess I didn't realize he's a big Dungeons and Dragons fan.
Yes.
And he has co-written an entire screenplay for a Dungeons and Dragons movie. And he, this isn't just like, hey, actor wants to have a movie made and he's talking about it. No, like he fucking co-wrote a whole script. He has apparently been talking to Wizards of the Coast, which, by the way, the company that creates Dungeons and Dragons, like trying to work this shit out. Like, okay, that's the WTF news of the week. I didn't expect to hear that one.
Yeah, no, I'm like, when you said the name, I'm like, wait, isn't that guy from like True Blood and Magic Mike?
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Married to
looking it up,
Sofia
and I'm like,
Vergara, big Steelers fan,
Yeah, I'm
Pittsburgh.
I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. Really? All right. Yeah,
Okay.
big Dungeons and Dragons fan, huh?
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on, dude.
Well, it's a slow week when Brendan Fraser kind of creeps up on the trending lists. And I say that because, so what happened was he hasn't changed his IMDb profile picture in like years. And he updated it to a current photo of himself this past week. And basically the internet lost its shit. Like, everybody was like, he moved up on IMDb's trending into the top 10 within 24 hours. And
Wow.
this is a guy that hasn't really done a whole lot. Like, I guess one of the last things he's doing voiceovers for a lot of animated cartoons lately. So, you know, and I have nothing against Brendan. Like, I actually really enjoyed him back in the 90s. Like, I have no ill will towards this actor at all. But he hasn't really done a whole lot lately, and it's not like he's a spectacular actor. And he's kind of fallen off the edge. Well, I mean, basically something happened on, what was it, Reddit? And it just, the stir just started going crazy. Like, people on Reddit were just having a field day with it. And everybody, I don't know, it's just bizarre that this became a trending item on the internet, on Reddit, on IMDb, on everything. Like, just because he changed his profile picture. And so part of me is like, well, it is kind of interesting. Like, he hasn't changed it in years. The other part of me is like, it is a slow ass news week when Brendan Fraser's profile picture change is what's the biggest news. And it's a good photo. I mean, he looks a little angry, but it's a good photo. But
He does look
it's
mad.
it's hilarious.
He
Like,
does look very. It's like pseudo serious.
He's very-
It's like he's trying hard to look serious, but it's
Right.
not working.
but I have to say though,
It's
because I
weird.
feel like the last few years he hasn't been aging spectacularly well, but he actually looks pretty good in this.
Yeah, he looks. He looks.
It looks better than he has in what I've seen lately, I will say.
He
Speaking.
looks like Brendan Fraser.
Yeah,
To me,
but it's just-
he looks like Brendan Fraser.
It's just funny that this is what is happening in the news cycle this week.
Yeah.
Speaking of aging, this is
Stop
totally
the presses.
totally side note. So the other night, Michelle, you were here. We were watching. I didn't even realize that there's this whole series of Wired interviews where they do Google autocomplete interviews. And it's actually pretty entertaining. The first one we watched was Jake Gyllenhaal and Ryan Reynolds. And it's basically them with a card that Wired makes and hands to them. And it's them answering questions based on Google autocompletes. Because, you know, when you type into Google, it automatically starts suggesting, you know, trending searches.
Right.
So it's actually pretty entertaining. Some are more entertaining than others. My wife and I watched a few of them last night. And there was one with Jennifer Aniston and Jason Bateman. I think from when they were promoting the Office Christmas Party.
Okay.
And yeah, both my wife and I were watching it going, oh my God, Jennifer Aniston is actually a human being. She looks old in this.
Yeah.
You know, she's one of those people that you feel like doesn't age, right? Like for the most part, she looks really great for her age. And, you know, she, for the most part, looks kind of the same. And we were watching that going, wow, like, don't get me wrong, she doesn't look bad. But you can see her age now. Like, oh God, it's almost kind of sad.
It's happening.
It's happening. Jennifer Aniston is getting older.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Isn't she like 50?
I mean, she's up there.
But it's like, I feel like, you know, the thing is with Hollywood, everybody wants to embrace youth and everything. And while, yeah, I think she embraces aging, you know, she's still trying to look a certain way and try to keep her youthfulness as long as she can. But at the same time, she's like, yep, I've got crow's feet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is what's happening. Like, I can't make it stop. Like, it's time. This is how it works. And so she's embraced it and she likes it. And I say kudos.
Oh, absolutely.
She still looks
she's 48.
fabulous.
And don't get me wrong. Again, I wasn't saying like we were watching
No,
it going,
right.
oh God, she looks bad. Like, no, she
But
looks
she shows her
amazing.
age.
But you could just see her age, which I had to say it was the first time I could really see it in her face. You know, you see her in a lot of, you know, commercials for Aveeno and all this other shit, and she does.
United Arab
Airlines.
Airlines.
The airline.
I feel like I actually noticed her age in that last commercial she did around Super Bowl time, and I was like, oh, she's starting to get up there a little
Trying to
bit.
get up there.
That's okay. It's cool. It's
Totally
cool.
okay.
So yeah.
So yeah, that's like I said, it's been slow news week. So these are the kind of things I'm bringing up.
Well, okay. So for me, I saw the photo of Henry Cavill in
Oh,
Christopher Reeve's original
God.
Superman costume.
The guy was born to be Superman,
Sweet Jesus. I love it so much.
right?
I
Yeah,
love it so
so
much on so many different levels I can't explain.
To
There's so many
explain
things.
for anyone, the picture is, I mean, this looks like, I guess it was a test shot for him before they made Man of Steel, when they were casting Man of Steel. And they actually had him wear the actual Superman costume that Christopher Reeve wore. And yeah, dude, you look at that guy, that's Superman. I mean,
Dude.
I mean, I said that back when the very first year I went to Comic-Con, and that first year I was in Hall H, and they did the first Man of Steel panel, and they brought Henry Cavill out, and even just him walking around on stage, the way he carries himself, I was like, holy shit, That dude is a Superman. Like, he's not even in costume right now, and I can tell you, he has the look.
Yeah.
And he just does.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's one of those reasons why I'm dying to see more Superman. Like, I really love Henry Cavill's Superman, and that's why I'm like, please, I want a Man of Steel 2. Please, I want to see him be actually good in Justice League. You know? Like,
Yeah.
it drives me nuts.
Oh, I agree.
Anyway, no, that picture was awesome.
No, it's way awesome. I was so giddy. I was like, ooh! Like, I squealed. I was like, yeah, click, click, click.
Yeah.
It really was. It's an awesome photo. Like, yeah, I agree with you on that.
Is anybody interested in seeing the I Am Heath Ledger documentary?
I saw some blips about it, but I'm not familiar.
I'm kind of interested, actually.
I'm a little interested. It's not like I mean, I probably they do release it in a theater or whatever it's like I'll eventually watch it, but it's not something like, oh my god, I can't wait for that to come out.
Right.
I mean, I'm not like, it's not like it's been on my list, but it's like I feel like it's been popping up lately. I'm like, actually, I would go see that if it came near me. I'd probably go see it because I am interested. But yeah, it's just random thought. I'm just thinking out lout at this point now.
No, I was gonna say, I mean,
thinking out loud.
a couple little news bits as I've been kind of scrolling through news as we've been talking. For anyone interested in when the hell the Avatar sequels are going to actually shoot, the latest is Sigourney Weaver says they're going to shoot this fall.
What?
So someday they're going to make those movies that they just build an entire land for at a theme park.
It could happen.
Yeah.
It could happen. Yeah, I think that Avatar land opens like next month, right?
Yeah, I feel like they're in their Disney's version of a soft opening kind of thing happening right now.
Yeah, some friends that are annual pass holders have already like confirmed their tickets to go check it out and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, shit, that movie came out in 2009. It's been 8 years.
Yeah,
8
whatever.
years from the first one to the second one, even shooting footage.
Right.
Shooting footage.
Right.
Not even like it's
We're not even
releasing.
talking about release.
Shooting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. What the fuck ever.
You realize that second film isn't even going to come out for 10 years after the first.
Yeah.
Like,
Whatever.
I mean, and that I feel like that's me being positive.
Yeah. Sure, James. I believe it when I see it.
Exactly.
Like, whatever at this point.
Exactly.
I'm more interested in the fact that they have actually officially started production in Mission Impossible 6. Yeah. Like, that's awesome.
That is awesome, actually.
Yeah. No,
I like those movies. I think they're fun, and I can't wait to see what Tom Cruise's crazy ass does in the next movie.
God bless him.
God bless that fearless bastard.
I know it.
God bless him.
He is fearless. That dude.
Yeah.
He knows no fear. Anyways.
Yeah, you want to do what? You take a plane, be on the outside of a plane, take off? Yeah, fuck it, let's do it.
Let's
I'm
do
all
that.
about that.
Let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that. That sounds like a great idea. What? No.
No. How much money am I making? Yeah, still no.
Hey, you want to hang me outside of a building? What? The tallest building in the world? Fucking A, bro. Let's do it. I'm all about it. No.
No.
Meanwhile, the other guy in Hollywood that keeps making more and more movies, Dwayne Johnson. I thought we already knew this, but Hollywood Reporter reported this week. I guess maybe it's just more confirmed that he is indeed going to start shooting Jungle Cruise sometime next year.
I feel like we already kind of, maybe they just didn't make it official.
Well, it's official now, apparently, according to Hollywood Reporter anyway. Disney looks like they're positioning it to be a summer 2019 tentpole.
Man, he's like living in jungles right now.
Yeah, right?
Jumanji, Jungle Cruise.
This guy doesn't stop.
He should just hang out in South America.
And
he should buy a house.
That wasn't the only news from him this week. There was news about that Rampage movie he's going to be in. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, I think, got cast in that. Mm-hmm. Which, man, I love Dwayne Johnson, but there's a lot of movies where I'm like, dude, what?
Why do you
Rampage?
do this? Why? Why are you
like
doing
the video
this?
game Rampage, right? That's what that is.
That's what we're talking about, right? The one with the monsters.
This isn't just some random franchise I don't know about. No, this is the one with the monsters and the game I never played, but I know what it is. Like, okay, all right, whatever.
Okay, so has anybody seen Ricky Martin act? Period, for him to be joining the Versace American Crime Story.
I
know about this?
I have not seen him act, but I mean, he was doing what is the play that I can't think of on Broadway for years that Madonna did the movie version of? That is Son of
Evita?
Evita, yes. He was in Evita for years on Broadway, for months, or for the year contract on Broadway, and actually was, I think, nominated for a Tony.
Wow,
the thing
I
about
didn't know
Evita,
that.
though, is that's a rock opera. I mean, they really have no dialogue in Evita. It's
They
like
don't. I
all
will
singing.
agree. But I mean, I'm just saying, acting wise.
Oh, yeah, no.
I feel like you get on the stage of Broadway, you got some chops.
I'm not to say anybody that can sing can be in an opera like that. That's not what I meant.
No. I was just saying, like, I haven't seen him act in. I can't say that I've seen him in a film or a TV show or anything like that. But off the top of my head, I was like, nope, he's on Broadway for a run.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool. I feel like he kind of had a couple cameos in random movies where he had some
Probably.
dialogue at some point that I've seen. But I can't think of them off the top of my head.
Right. Okay, so what's happening with Ricky Martin?
Oh, he's going to be. I'm sorry, I thought I said he's in the. What's that?
No, go ahead.
No, he joins Versace American Crime Story. You know, they did the O.J. Simpson crime story, American Crime Story.
Yeah.
They're doing. It's going to be a series, and the next one they're doing is going to be on the levees in New Orleans when Hurricane Katrina went. Was it Katrina that was down there that ripped through New Orleans?
Yeah.
Right.
That's the next one I think that they're doing, and they're also planning on doing Versace American Crime Story. So basically about the murder of Gianni Versace.
Is he playing Johnny Versace?
I don't think so.
I was gonna say,
I don't know if they say. I don't want to have a bunch of dead air. So
that's okay. So it's all good. I was just curious. I was just kind of wondering what role he would be playing, or does he play like Johnny Versace's like last boyfriend, or I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah, I don't know either. I hadn't heard about it. I mean, I don't know. I could see he's probably a decent actor. I'm completely guessing.
I have no idea.
I have no idea either, but I would be shocked if he's actually pretty good at it. I guess we'll find out if I watch it.
Yeah, I'm interested. Like, I mean, I enjoyed the American Story for the O.J. Simpson trial. I'm not so sure how they're going to really do it with the levees from the Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see how they do this with the American Crime Story for Versace, see what that kind of comes out with. So, but we'll see.
By the way, he's going to be playing the partner of fashion designer Versace,
right.
Antonio D'Amico?
Yes. Okay.
That's who he's playing.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Cool. All right. Well, with that, we're going to wrap things up. For everyone listening, thanks for sticking with us through this much more laid back,
extremely laid back,
kind of thrown together news effect episode. Bobby should be back next week, and actually, I won't be here next week. So you guys hold down the fort. I'll be in Boston next weekend.
Bigger and better things,
I guess.
Boston.
I'll be in Boston.
In Boston.
Actually, while I'm up there, I think I'll probably be at Fenway watching a Red Sox game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going up there for a wedding, but I'll be there that whole day Sunday, and I'm like, well, screw it. The Red Sox are going to be in town. I've never been to Fenway, so I'm going to go to a...
Just to go check out the ballpark, I would go. I hate the Sox, but I would literally just go to check out the ballpark.
I'm right there with you. I'm a Yankees fan, I'm a Yankees fan, so I am not a Red Sox fan whatsoever. I am purely going just to enjoy some baseball and to basically enjoy Fenway since... It's Fenway. How do I not go?
It's like I feel like there's a small bucket list of baseball parks to go to, and you can be like, yep, Fenway. Check that one off. Yeah. Good to go.
I am glad that I made it to the original Yankee Stadium before it moved. Right. I haven't been to the new one yet, but what was that, Jascha?
I just said, like I was echoing what Michelle was saying, like there's, a list of ballparks that you want to go to. And I said Fenway Park is one of them, and Wrigley Field is the other.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned. Like,
I would love to go to Wrigley Field.
Yeah, but I mean, David, if I can add, like, if you have the opportunity or the time, they do an amazing tour of Fenway Park where they actually take you out on the Green Monster and whatnot, and you can see, when it's closed or whatever and stuff like that. I don't know how easy that would be able to get to when they have a game in town, but I have some friends that are huge Boston Red Sox fans, and they're like, it's just impressive to be able to get that tour because they talk about a lot of the history and they walk around like the entire park, like they do a lap.
Right.
And the Green Monster is one of the things that they let you go on.
Nice.
And that's something that I would like to do, eventually. And I'm a Yankees fan like you, like do it through and through.
Yeah, but that ballpark has so much
Yankees
history.
gear. What's that?
I just saying that ballpark has so much history, and it's just such an iconography of Americana, and it's I don't know.
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, so I'll probably be there while you guys are recording the next episode.
Well,
so thanks for doing that.
you're just so cool.
Oh, you know me, I'm so cool. Anyway, with that, I am David Lott.
I'm Jascha Wilson.
I'm Michelle Curry.
Thanks for listening.